Really glad everybody's here with us this evening. We've got a great lineup. Of course, Tom Pendleton, the director of the 2023 National Jamborees, with us this evening. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, Michael. Good to be here with you.
Fantastic. The wonderful Lana Curry is here to answer all of your questions. Hey, Lana.
Hey.
We have the entire staff of the supply group is here. No, not really. We have Mallory Winters is with us, Courtney Pierce, and Bradley Hagberg is here. They're going to show us the really cool stuff that's available at Supply for this Jamboree. Hey, gang, how are you? You're probably on mute. We'll let that roll, right? Hey, so the number one question we get for these webinars, and I've only gotten it 8 or 9 times in the past hour, is, hey, are you recording this? And the answer is yes. We're going to record it so you can watch it over and over again. We do post it up on jamboree.scouting.org, so you can check out the recording, share it with your friends. Really great information. If you want, you can go back and watch previous webinars as well. There's lots of great information. So be sure and check that out. Another quick reminder, while you're at jamboree.scouting.org, there is a great FAQ section on jamboree.scouting.org. It gets updated regularly. So if you didn't find an answer you're looking for, go back and check again, because Lana and her team are constantly updating that site with lots and lots of great information. So, hey, like for every good scouting meeting these days, we're going to start with a safety moment. And because it's important, because safety is one of our top, if not our top priority for our youth today. So here's our safety moment for this evening. Hey, Tom, any idea how many acres are at the summit?
It is more than 2 and less than 1 million.
That is exactly right.
So, yeah.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, you're very close. Actually, it turns out if you've never been to the summit before, it is huge. It is actually 10,600 acres, and it feels larger than that because the place is enormous, right? If you don't know the history, it actually was an abandoned coal mine back in the 70s, and the scouting organization, we bought it. We turned it into Scouting Valhalla. It's just amazing. It's enormous. You're going to love it. If you haven't been there before, it's really phenomenal. But I called the GIS, the map guy at the summit, Sean McCauley, today, and I said, hey, so for the Jamboree itself, how much of the Jamboree of the summit is the Jamboree going to take? About how large is it? And he said, well, it's 5 square miles. And he said it's going to feel larger than that because it's spread out, but it actually is 5 square miles, which is the equivalent of, thanks to Google, 2,420 football fields.
And that's a long way. I would not want to be the running back on that football field.
No. That's right. You're not going to run it in on that field. It's enormous, right? So again, if you've not been to the summit and you've not gone to the Jamboree before, it's enormous. It's an enormous event. It's going to feel huge. It really is breathtaking. But here's our safety moment for this evening. If you're like me and many others that I work with, we spend a lot of time driving a computer these days, and maybe not being quite as active as I'd like to be. A lot of time on Zoom. That means I probably need to get out there and get busy. So our safety and get some exercise. Here's our safety moment for this evening. You download those health and medical forms now that you've registered for Jamboree. Take it to your local medical facility, your local doctor, get those things filled out, upload them so you don't have to wait for that. While you're there, tell them you're going to start getting in shape for the Jamboree, and then go right home and strap on those hiking boots and those tennis shoes and start walking. Because I was talking to Sean today, and I said, hey, so how far is it for staff, for example, Tom, from the dining hall to Summit Center? And he said, well, we really don't clock it in miles. He said, but it's about a 25-minute walk. He said, by the way, if you're walking from the dining hall in AB, where staff, JST, will be housed, all the way to the skate park, he said, that's about a 50-minute walk if you're walking at, as Sean says, 3.5 miles an hour. And who doesn't? But
yeah, Sean walks a little bit faster than some of us.
Sean,
he's in pretty good shape. That guy.
He's yarding it off, right? So our safety moment for this evening is, hey, it's time to get in shape for Jamboree, and time to strap on those running shoes and get out there. So with that, one of the places you may want to walk to at the Jamboree is the trading post, because they're going to have some fantastic merchandise available. And here to share that with you is the team from Supply. So we'll take it away.
Hey everybody. So we are super excited to be here tonight with you. Sorry about that. I had to get my audio unmuted. It's only been, what, 2.5 years of Zoom and Microsoft Teams. But we're still learning, right? So here we are. So I here tonight am joined by my two fabulous product managers. So I'm Mallory Winters. I'm our director of merchandising here at Supply Group for product line and assortment. So all the fun product that you see in our trading posts and in our scout shops nationwide comes right out of here in this building and out of this one of these offices that we're in tonight. So Courtney Pierce right here, she is our Cub Scout buyer by day. She buys all the fun uniforms, insignia, medal insignia, all the fun, cute stuff for Cubs, Pinewood Derby, all the things, right? And then in her spare time, she gets to develop all the fun stuff for Jamboree. So we are super excited. Next to me is Brad Hagberg, and by day, he is our camping and our venturing product manager. And in his spare time, he gets to help Courtney, and the two of them collaborate and are developing this really fun and exciting product line that you're going to see here now available, trickling in over the next probably month, and then we'll be on site at the Jamboree. So we're going to talk to you a little bit tonight about what some of those products look like. You're not going to see everything because we have to have a little mystery, right? We got to save a little mystery, but we are going to show you some of the fun and exciting things that we think you'd be interested in. And then just know that we'll be getting more and more in. So check back each day and each week. And then by probably the first week of April, we should have everything that's going to be available for pre-sale available on our website. We will share those links with you at the end of this presentation after they go through the product assortment. So on site at Jamboree, which we're all excited about, right? We're going to have one trading post, and it's in Gateway. So if you've been to Jamboree before, it's in the Gateway area where all the actions happen, right? So easy to find, easy to locate. Come and visit us once, twice, every day. We'd love that. So we are going to take gift cards. So gift cards you could use in our Scout shop. We will take those on site at Jamboree. So those are a great option for parents if they want to send their Scout with a reloadable option. So if they use all their money, you can easily reload gift money onto that gift card. We will also be taking Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Google Pay, all the pays. So we are pushing a cashless Jamboree. We will take cash. But we do know that most people nowadays prefer to be cashless. So Apple Pay is a quick and convenient way to do that. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my lovely Vannas, who are going to take you through, well, Brad's going to start, and he's going to take you through some of the essentials that we don't want you to forget on your packing list as you're packing to go to Jamboree. He's going to walk you through some of those.
Okay, thank you, Mallory. As every good prepared scouter knows that you need to create a packing list before you go out to the outdoors and camping, and Jamboree is no different. So we just want to go over a couple of the things that you might need or will need on site that you do not want to forget. One of those first things is a duffel bag. It needs to be a duffel bag that will allow you to pack all your stuff in and travel to site. What we've always recommended in the past is a duffel bag around 120 liters. And that could give or take, every vendor or every manufacturer is a little different, but, get you a good duffel bag. You also need a good day pack as well. As Michael and Tom iterated, it's going to be a lot of walking on site. So you need a duffel bag to carry all your daily items. We recommend something in about a 15 liter to 25 liter capacity. And then we also recommend it has a reservoir hydration, sleeve in it. So you can obviously hydrate as you're going throughout the day. As everyone knows, we, just like everybody else, has dealt with a supply chain crisis last year. However, even with that going on, based on production availability, lead times, we're actually able to source a Jamboree day pack. That was a limited availability. So if you're one of the few lucky ones that are able to pre-order it, good for you. That being said, we'll also offer day packs on site. So if you happen to forget one or you actually have some issues with the ones you brought on site, we'll have some more available. A couple of the other things that, again, you don't want to forget, and I don't want to just assume, but everyone knows your sleeping bag, your sleeping pad, you want to sleep comfortable at night. That is priority number one for most of us. But that being said, a couple of key things we've always provided in the past, and we will this year on site, is your solar shower. so you stay clean, because, you know, obviously all those days of hiking, it can get pretty dusty or muddy depending on weather.
It's not just on site, right? Like you want to pack this ahead of time, but we'll have it on site if you forget
Correct,
it, right?
correct. Yeah, again, we're always got you covered. We'll carry it on site, but I would always be prepared and have this on your packing list and get that ahead of time. Power banks are always good to have on site and, you know, bring along with you. We will, throughout the summit locations, have, you know, availability to charge, but they're very limited. So what we've always recommended in the past is solar panels. We, again, will provide these on site as well, but I would definitely look to pack it and bring it with you. And I would go for a smaller panel like this so you can carry it with you and you can charge your power bank and your phones off of it as well.
So the ideal way to do this is what? Like wear your backpack and then put the power bank draped over so you can walk with it and use the sun, right?
Correct,
As you're walking
correct.
around the property, which we just heard is big and vast, you can use this while you're walking those trails
Yeah.
to charge your phone.
That's great. And goal zero is, you know, who we're going to have on site. They also come with carabiners too, so you can easily lash it to your day pack and carry it with you, like you said, Mallory. A couple other things is, as you know, the day pack that we're offering pre-order, you know, it does come with a hydration sleeve, but again, we'll carry these on site, but you know, they need to be included in your packing list. Is a 2 to 3 liter reservoir. Again, you know, we'll talk about our water bottles and tumblers that we're going to carry later, but this is a lot more convenient and it's easier to carry with you and not leave and lose as you're on site.
Hey, so quick question. These are available, they're going to be available on the website, but they're also going to be available at the summit at the trading post, right?
Correct.
That's correct.
Correct.
That is
Got it.
correct.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
we're encouraging you to pack it up front, but should you forget it and find yourself in need, we will have it on site for you as well.
Very good. Thanks.
Okay, so at this point now, let's talk a little bit about the flag, which is right behind Courtney, and the custom numerals. So in years past, like we've always done, we will offer flags to be customized and unit numerals that you will wear on your uniforms. At this point, those contingent numbers are still being assigned, and so we're expecting those here in the near future. So check back. Jamboree team will let you know when those have been assigned, and the flag and the numerals will go live at that point for you to order and customize and get delivered to you. So at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Brad, who's going to talk about our neckerchiefs and emblems.
This is a very special preview. What I'm showing here is 3 different neckerchief iterations. You have your participant neckerchief, your JST neckerchief, and your corresponding emblems. And these will be available in your package when you arrive on site. And what each participant will get and JST will get, member will get, 1 neckerchief and 2 emblems. And we'll also have on site another additional blue neckerchief and an on-site official emblem. They'll be bordered in gray, specifically on-site only availability. And the other thing is, what I didn't speak to earlier, is the other things that we need on a packing list that's always recommended. And I want, being a hiker myself, I want to speak to it, is what we would also recommend is 6 different pairs of socks. Again, you're going to do a lot of walking. You want to be prepared. You want clean socks. It's a 10-day event, so you want to be prepared. You also want to bring at least 2 uniforms is what is recommended. And why I bring that up is right here is the World Crest ring. You definitely want to get these earlier and have them applied, obviously, before you get on site.
Well, why? Why would I want this World Crest ring, Brad?
You gotta
Well,
promote the
okay.
Jamboree.
You gotta promote the Jamboree.
You gotta show it off.
Don't you need more staff, Tom? Aren't you looking for more staff? Yeah. So put your World Crest ring on your uniform, wear it proudly, promote the Jamboree, get people excited, let them know you're coming.
Available tomorrow on the website.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Nice. And it's got the 2023 date on it as well. That's the new one.
Yes.
Sweet. Look at that. Nice.
All right. So at this point now, I'm going to turn it over to Courtney, who's going to walk you through some of our exciting apparel options.
So we want you to grab your little piece of Jamboree history to remember your time with the biggest adventure of a lifetime at the Jamboree. So what better way to do that than to wear it proudly on yourself? So we're offering a different selection of not only t-shirts, but also polos and hoodies and quarter zips and different assortment of graphics. So we'll have a navy blue polo with the silver border indicating on site. We'll have a red polo with the blue border, which the blue border signifies JST members. So we'll have this exclusively for JST. For our t-shirt assortment, this has always been a huge bestseller for us. It's our mainstay logo. It's up front, it's in your face. This is the best way to really show how proud you are of being a part of this huge event. So this is always a big bestseller for us. Then we'll have a different assortment of graphics. So we brought in this like really cool, funky tie-dye shirt, which I think all the kids are really gonna love. We're seeing a lot of tie-dye out in the market. So this is a fun way to represent the Jamboree. We'll also have a map tee. This has been a favorite for everyone too, is having the map on the back of you. Don't use this for going on your hikes, okay? Grab a friend and use a map, but this is the summit map on the back of here. Just don't use it for directional purposes, okay? And then we'll have a really soft, cozy camo print here. And what better way to pair it than with a bandana to cover your face from all the dust that gets dusted up at the Jamboree. So we'll have this available too. And then I'm also wearing one of our shirts. So this is a really cozy, this is one of my favorites, a really cozy feel with a big back graphic. It's really fun, really cool. Keeps you nice and dry. What's not shown up here is we'll have a performance t-shirt to keep you dry and cool. So we'll have that available as well on site. Lastly,
so she tested some of these products too on Facebook just to get kind of some feedback. And this was one of the most popular shirts that was voted on. This shirt right here. This is what people really voted that they liked.
Yeah, before we selected these prints, we reached out to Facebook and got a vote on what everyone's favorite graphics were, and these were by far their favorite ones. So we're hoping everyone feels the same way online and on site. And then lastly, for our apparel for those cold nights at the campsite, we've got a really cozy, everyone's loved this too. We've got a lot of really good feedback.
That's great.
A really cozy hoodie, and then a quarter zip, nice soft kind of performance fabric quarter zip to pull over. So that is the apparel portion. But then we also have hats. So multiple styles of hats to match back to your t-shirts. But again, we'll have a on-site for everybody, classic kind of performance fabric cap with the logo right on the front there. And then we'll have one for exclusively for JST. So it's red, matches back to the polo. And again, the blue border signifies the significance of being a JST member, which is huge. And it's such an honor to be a JST member. So we have plenty of stuff for staff specifically, because we really want to promote that and really want to show how proud we are of our JST members. Then we will have a selection of kind of fashion caps. So we'll have this one with the logo on the front. You can't really see it all that well, but it has kind of an American flag design on the back. It's mesh back. Keep your head cool. We also have this one with the faux leather front on it on the side. Again, representing your time at the Jamboree. It's dated. And then lastly, we have this camo cap with the logo on it. This is a Panther Vision cap, which means it has a light to it, connected right to the bottom of it. You don't need your headlamp with this guy. At night, if you need some help seeing, it's already built in. So this has always been a really good seller for us. Buckles. We will have 3 different types of buckles.
Everybody's excited about the buckles.
Good. Well, the buckles are already online, so get them now.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we'll have, and they come in these really awesome tins that already has a graphic on the front. So you can use this at your desk. You can use it to fill up with whatever you want. It doesn't just have to be for your buckle. It can be multi-purpose. So here's the buckle. It has a really nice finish to it. Has the landscape of West Virginia in the background. Really turned out really sharp, really nice.
That looks like a nice thank you gift for that scout leader that helped get you to the Jamboree, right?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. And then of course we have one for our JST. So this one again is with the blue border and represents JST right there at the top for our JST members.
Right. And those will be for sale for JST, right?
Yep.
Got
Yep.
it.
Those are actually available on the website now. So
Okay.
if you were to go to scoutshop.org now, you can order each one of those right now.
Yep. Available right now. And then lastly, we will have a collector's buckle. So this has always been a really huge thing at the Jamboree. So these collector buckle come in this wooden nice display box. Each one of them is numbered on the back. So it's very limited edition. So each one is numbered on the back so that you have one of only a few of these. So get them while they're hot. We are not pre-selling these. These will be on-site only. So if you see them, get it while you see them because it won't last long. And then we will also have 2 selections of belts to pair with your buckles. So we will have our webbed belt, which has a really cool landscape of the console bridge back there, really bright front color. So this is our web belt. And then we will have a leather belt to pair back with the 3 of our buckles too. So this is really nice. Has National Jamboree on it, has the console bridge and the logo 2023. So a great way to commemorate your time at the Jamboree. One thing I didn't mention about the caps, we'll also have a collector's edition cap. So again, limited quantity. So when you see it, get it. It's still a work in development. So I don't have a sample to show, but if you see it, get it because it's a limited supply and it's a special edition. What else am I forgetting, Mallory?
Gifts and souvenirs. So Brad's going to talk about the knife.
We all know every scout loves a pocket knife. This will be one of 2 on site. There's another one we're working to develop. This will be a Swiss Army co-branded. And on the back, it features the events that will be available on site. And again, I know Courtney already spoke to one of the neck gaiters, the bandanas that we have, but we also offer a survival bandana and then a logoed map bandana as well on site. And we've offered these in the last few Jamborees, but this will be a new iteration with the current logo on it.
Oh, sorry. Hey guys. I was gonna talk off for the night, but I guess we'll talk about this awesome bag.
Yeah, we'll be offering 2 bags on site as well, other than the day packs we spoke earlier. The 2 bags that we'll be offering are feature rich because like this one is completely waterproof. So if we unfortunately get, inclement weather on site, we'll have a stuff pack and then this larger 18-liter pack that's completely waterproof.
And that will also be, that's for sale at the Jamboree.
Those will be the stuff sack and the backpack that Courtney just showed will be available on site at Jamboree.
Cool.
Yeah. One of the other things that are an absolute have to have that are actually going on site now, a couple of these are going to be available and they'll be coming up over the next couple of days, is water bottles. Again, we keep talking about how much you're gonna have to be, outdoors and walking. So it's very important to stay hydrated. So I wanted to show you a couple right here. They're going to be featuring well-known national brands, Camelback, Nalgene, Clean Canteen, and Orca is where we're also going to offer. And then one of my favorites is called a Vibe Tumbler. It's been one of our better seller items in our scout shops.
Brad's going to demonstrate how it works. It's really cool.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear it. It's a tumbler and Bluetooth in one. Your Bluetooth radio underneath it. And the light strobes to the music.
I know what I'm buying Tom now.
That's it. On site, I need to hear this song. And so, yeah, we're very excited with the water bottle and hydration selection here. Again, they're going to be providing brands such as Nalgene, Camelback, Orca, Clean Canteen. And again, we'll also offer your, hydration reservoir that go in your day packs as well.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about everyone's favorite thing at the Jamboree, the currency of the Jamboree, the emblems. So we will have a wide variety of emblems for all your patch trading needs. We'll have an emblem for every special activity that the summit is known for. So fishing, and the barrels and the bows, low gear, skateboarding, all the fun things that everyone enjoys at the Jamboree. And we have a patch for each of them. So these are going to be fun to see passed around. Get them at your scout shop and pre-sale online. We'll also have jacket size. So what's better than an emblem, a jumbo emblem. So we'll have the console bridge and then the Summit Grace, the Summit Grace as a jacket emblem for you to also purchase on site and online. And then lastly, for emblems, we will have the subcamp emblems. So this year's Jamboree subcamp emblems are all about inventions that took us forward or moved us forward. So here's all of the super cool, they turned out amazing, these emblems, these subcamp emblems. So we're really excited to see what everyone thinks about them. So each subcamp has a invention assigned to them. And so these will be available as singles or as a set. So you can buy them as a set as well.
Yeah. So, okay. So at this point, this tonight, I think is as much as we're going to show right now. Just know that we didn't get to go through everything, but Michael was going to give us the hook. So we had to wrap it up. Like I said earlier,
You just kept showing us cool stuff. So yeah.
I know, it's gonna leave a little mystery though, right? So just make sure you're checking scoutshop.org routinely, and then look for some cool, fun things on site that's going to be exclusive on site only. We'll start sending out some e-blasts and some various promotional announcements here in the coming weeks. So be on the lookout for those, as we call it, specific product. At this point, we're going to throw up some QR codes for you. So if you'd like to visit the scoutshop.org landing page for all the Jamboree product, it is off to the left-hand side of your screen. You can snap a picture of that QR code. It'll take you right there. Like I said, the assortment right now is somewhat limited as we're starting to get things trickling in more and more and more over the next week, 2 weeks, and by April. On the left, you're going to see another QR code for SG Trading Post. So this, as a JST, this is where you would go to set up a customized microsite for your individual JST program. So transportation or food team, if you want customizable shirts and apparel and promotional type products that customizes it to your JST participation and the group that you're involved with, this is where you would go and find all of that product and set up your microsite. So snap a picture of that, go visit that. Same for contingents. If you're looking for customizable contingent merchandise, you can go ahead and set up a microsite on using that QR code as well.
So hey Mallory, let's talk about that for just a second. So the microsite, just so I understand it. So for the communications team, for example, if I have a special logo that we're using for the Jamboree for our team, I can work with SG. They'll actually set up a storefront, and I could select the products that I want to have available for our teams, and they would put that logo on it for us.
You got it. You got it. Yep, and they'll build out what kind of products you're looking for, and they'll set that up for you, and then you can share out that URL or that QR code or whatever it may be to your JST staff.
That is awesome. And just to be clear, you just showed us a sampling tonight. There's more coming.
Yep.
And there's actually going to be some stuff on site that you're not going to show us, but you're only going to be able to get it at the shop, right?
Yes, exactly. So Courtney showed you the collector's buckle. That is something that's going to be available on site only. There's the neckerchief with the gray border that will be available on site only. Those two items will not be available pre-sale. And there's a couple extra Easter eggs, but you'll be learning about those in the coming weeks as we start to send e-blast out to promote some of those items.
Boy, that's fantastic. No, that's great. Listen, thank you all for doing this tonight. It's so funny. You were showing those collectible belt buckles. That's one of my prized possessions from the 2017 Jamboree is one of those belt buckles. They're beautiful. It's still in the case. I guess I should get it out and wear it, but they really are fantastic, and excited about seeing the collectible caps and those kinds of things, and definitely going to buy a mug for Tom so he can listen to all of his music.
You know about me, man. I'll be walking around the Jamboree listening to music jam out with my Bluetooth. I love it.
I can see him doing it.
See him doing it now. Well, hey team, listen, thanks a lot. Thanks for this preview. This has been exciting. You know, we've never done a merchandise preview like this before, but we thought, man, there's so much great stuff, and it's available now. you might as well buy it so you can start promoting the Jamboree and talking to your friends about how you're going to the Jamboree and going to have an awesome time. So order it now. And then I know I'll be at the trading post with my red bucket going around buying more stuff at the trading post, right?
Can't wait to see you there.
I'll be there, right? Tom and I'll be first in line. It'd be great.
Well, thank you so much for having us tonight. We really appreciate it. And I hope you can see through this presentation how excited we are about the Jamboree. I know as much as you guys are.
Oh, it comes through. Yeah. So excited. Thank you all very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
See you later. Hey, Tom, we may have just a few minutes for questions. If we've got some come in, Lana, or if you're watching the Q&A, things that we need to take a few minutes and answer.
Yeah, there's a couple questions here for our friends at Supply. So don't go too far, Mallory, Courtney. Don't go too far. If we ordered 80 day packs but need 90, is there a place for us to place another order for the day packs?
Oh, unfortunately, Brad talked to this earlier. When we made the decision to order day packs, we were in the thick of the supply chain crisis, right? Like it was a tough decision, and we were locked into a very limited quantity on those. So unfortunately, we had to commit to a certain quantity very early on, just because of the increased lead times it's taking, you know, across the supply chain for production. So unfortunately, the number that we ordered is the number that we ordered, and we are completely sold out. So I'd like to tell you there's wiggle room, but there is just not, unfortunately.
Excellent. So our option now is the day pack that we see over your right shoulder.
So this is the day pack that was pre-ordered. So this is the day
Okay.
pack that we offered on a limited pre-order basis that's completely sold out. So no, that one's
Okay.
no longer available now. There are other day pack options that we offer. They are not branded Jamboree, but we do have other day pack options. And like Brad said, in those leaders, those recommended
Yeah,
leaders.
I spoke to it earlier, the sizing that we recommend is anywhere from 15 to 25 liters. Obviously, what I recommend it is to have some sort of frame to, help you with the weight, padded shoulders, as every, true scouter understands and knows. We do carry them on, available day packs on scoutshop.org. And then again, we will have some variations on site as well.
But to ahead of time, we offer them on scoutshop.org. Right. So check out the offerings out there. We have them.
Hey, Lori Ann wants to know, are there any wicking shirts going to be in the line?
I'm sorry, are there any what?
Any wicking shirts kind of?
We will have one performance t-shirt that is PPF and wicking.
Yeah. You're also looking at, it's a fishing shirt type. It's not a performance shirt, but it's more of that fishing shirt material. That'll be offered on site as well.
Hey, Mallory, what about a patch of the day like we've done in the past?
Ooh, good question. So patch of the day was always around themes for the days. Those were not, to our understanding, there's no themes this year according to each day, but Courtney is hard at work developing a 2.0 of the patch of the day. So it won't be a patch of the day because there's not a theme for every day of the Jamboree, but something that is equally as special that commemorates the type of activities and the things you will see at Jamboree, not necessarily by day though.
Perfect.
Hey, Mallory, what can you reiterate again how we can pay for things at the Jamboree? I know that it's cash. I know that there's credit cards. I know there's gift cards, but what else was it?
It's Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Google Pay. So tap your phone. Boop.
Awesome. I love it.
I love the gift card idea too. I mean, I know that, everybody has a phone these days, but, the thought of sending my son off to Jamboree with a wad of cash is not very appealing, but I love the idea that you could buy a Scout Shop gift card and you'll accept that at the Jamboree as well. That's nice.
Yeah, we'll accept it at the trading post.
Okay.
It's not necessarily accepted everywhere on the property, but at our trading post, we do accept the gift card.
So trading post specific. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many of it we're trying to get through. I'm sorry, I'm answering a couple and typing a couple questions and answering as we go. Screen printed shirts, embroidered shirts, both types, right? And hats.
Yes.
Yep.
I saw screen printed. Yeah, I saw screen printed things. I saw embroidered things. Excellent.
Embroidered. Our hats are the same way. We have half of our selection is embroidered and the rest are woven and screen printed. So we have a wide variety of different types of hats and shirts
Application,
available and
yeah.
applications.
Got it. Hey, the subcamp question is, are the subcamp patches going to be available online before the Jamboree, or will those be available only on site?
They will be available pre-sale
Got it.
and on site.
And on site. Perfect. You know, lots of great questions. People are asking, is there going to be a patch for the treehouse and all kinds of stuff, right? Very cool. I think we have time for just one or two more questions. Someone's
So when will those pre-ordered duffels and day packs go out?
Yeah.
They will be arriving here in early spring, and then they'll start going out in around May.
Perfect.
Well, that's a really good question, because I know you still got merchandise coming in. You're unloading the shipping containers and putting them online as fast as you can. So I guess part of the message here too is check the website and then check back again in a few days, because there's probably going to be more stuff. You're going to load it as you get it up there.
Absolutely. And just like you said, we didn't even show everything. So we still have a lot of great souvenirs and mugs that we didn't even have time to show today. So keep checking out the website.
Yeah. Well, it's always a blast to wander the trading post, because there's always, every time you turn around a rack, there's something new, like souvenir hats and belt buckles and all that kind of fun, cool stuff. So it's just an amazing experience. Really a fun part of the Jamboree experience. And then of course, walking across to the porch of the Scott Visitor Center and watching scouts trading patches like crazy. Just phenomenal. Thank you again for being here tonight. This has been great. And gosh, just another cool, fun aspect of the Jamboree. So, hey, with that, I think, Tom, the last thing we were going to mention this evening was that you can never have enough volunteers to support this amazing event. I know there's some specific areas that we're still looking for, right? I know medical, credentialed areas like climbing. Any thoughts on that and things we need specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, thank you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. Lots of questions still coming in. Keep sending those in. If we don't get them all answered, we'll get them over to our friends at Supply, and they can help answer those things in. So lots and lots of stuff coming out. But do want to remind you, if you have not signed up to be a member of our Jamboree service team, our JST, what we used to call the staff of the Jamboree, we encourage you to do that. We still have lots of opportunities for you to get involved and to be a part of that, to be a part of our Jamboree service team. Things like medical, if you have some medical expertise, we're always looking for those kind of folks. If you have skills that are, credentialed things, climbing, cope, shooting sports sorts of things, lifeguarding, all of that sort of stuff. If you have any of those credentials from National Camping School or the Red Cross for lifeguard, any of that sort of thing, we'd love to have you and be a part of that. We're always looking for those kinds of program folks to just, come out and hang out with us, literally sometimes, right, on the side of the coat course, hang out with us there and do some of those things. So we encourage you to be a part of that. And, one of the things that we tell each other all the time, and Michael will back me up on this one, the Jamboree is better when you're there with a friend. And so I'm going to be surrounded by friends at the Jamboree. Michael's one of my friends. And so he and I are both going to be there. We'll hang out. But you will have a great time at the Jamboree, but you'll have even more fun if you're there with one of your friends. So if you've already signed up to be a Jamboree service team member, call a friend and say, hey, I need you to come and hang out with me. I want you to be a part of this thing. If you're into security, if you're into parking, if you're into retail sales, if you want to be with our folks in supply and in the scout shop there in the trading post, helping sell some things, we'd love to have you as part of that too. So lots and lots of opportunities for you. Encourage you to do that. And before we end, Michael, I do want to mention one other thing, because several folks, I've seen it come up here in the Q&A. People say, hey, I went to the Jamboree website and I clicked on shop and it took me to the Amazon page.
Right.
So it did not take me to the page that you've pointed out here on the screen. We know that. So we just got this link up and running for you. So we're going to get this link up on the website as well. So you can have two different choices. There is an Amazon page for you to do that if you want to go to the Amazon page and buy something from that store. But if you want to buy some more, lots more items as you've seen tonight, go to that, to the supply shop site. Golly, words tonight.
Yeah, exactly right. We're going to update that site. Those were early release t-shirts available only on Amazon. We sold a bunch of those. Exciting. Got one in my closet over here. Hey, Tom, I think the other thing we were going to mention this evening is that A lot of us have parents that want to come visit the Jamboree, or I want to come visit my troop at the Jamboree. That visitor passes are now available on sale. And there's going to be an updated link on the website on that as well. But it's always exciting if you can take your troop or your pack, or you went to the Jamboree back in the day and just want to visit again. Boy, it's a great experience. And you can get a day pass and go experience the 2023 Jamboree.
Absolutely. Those visitor passes are already up. You can go to the Jamboree website. If you can't find it immediately, just in that search bar on the Jamboree website, type in visitor. It'll come up. You can buy your ticket there. And you know, it's families. We encourage you to bring your entire family out to visit. If you can't come and spend the entire 10 days with us, come out and visit for a day. We'd love to have you. Love for you to come and see some of these things. And, you know, one of the things you can do as a visitor is visit the trading post. So you'll have an opportunity to do that as well.
You know, it is fun. We just got an email just right before the webinar started this evening from someone at the office who'd received a package from someone who went to the Jamboree back in the 60s. And they sent a note in, and they have their souvenir neckerchief that they sent in with a note that said, I remember everything about the Jamboree, where I camped, what we did, everything about it. It was the greatest experience. And they actually sent us their neckerchief and said, if you'd like to display this, we're going to send this to the Scouting Museum there at the summit and display it. But I think that's the way a lot of us feel. You know, we have this amazing experience, and then sometimes you take away a souvenir belt buckle or something and you pull that thing out, and golly, you're all of a sudden you're back at the Jamboree. So just such an important part. But yeah, bring a friend. I think we've all got friends in our troops and our districts that, you know, you're going, hey, take them with you. All right. It's gonna be a blast. And for all of the volunteers that we work with, I know on the communication side of things, they cannot wait to get back, mostly because they can just hang out, but also deliver an exciting experience. So once again, Mallory and team, thank you so much for a great presentation this evening. That was a lot of fun. And we're going to go shopping. And everybody have a great evening. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you next month.